Okay, so here's the problem. We got a factor using GCF. Oh, where'd it go?
It broke. It's broke.
Now what we're doing is actually we're going backwards. If you had if we had something like I don't know, like a 3x, and we were multiplying that times 2x squared plus 5x plus 10.
Are we writing this down?
No, you don't have to write this part down. If you do this, you would multiply, right? Now some of you guys would use the rainbows, and some of you guys would use the graphic organizer. The graphic organizer would look like this, and you would do 3 boxes, and you'd put the 3x right here, the 2x to the second right there, 5x right there, and then the 10 right there, right?
Jeez, wait up.
And so, once you get those, you'd multiply it out, and you would get 6x to the third, 15x squared, and then 30x. And your answer would be 6x to the third plus 15x squared plus 30x. That would be the answer for multiplying. Okay, now what we're going to do next is we're going to factor. Now factoring can also be known as dividing. Okay? Where I get these numbers? I multiplied. So I went that times that to get that.
I thought we were doing that one up there.
Yeah, we are doing that one right there. I'm talking right here. Not follow me, girl. Come on.
Well, 'cause you don't
Okay.
have to copy that.
Yeah, I said you didn't have to copy this.
See, why don't you just break it down like
Yeah, sitting on top of a desk taking notes is weird. Okay, so this is multiplying. That's the answer. When you factor, you start with the answer. And you have to find the 2 factors that you're multiplying together to get this. Now here, this would be a factor, this is a factor. Because those are multiplying together to get the result. So up here, what are the 2 factors that we multiply together to get that? So let's I'm going to use a graphic organizer to help us think through this. And so I'm going to go like this. And how many boxes do I need?
1, 2.
Just 2. Okay. Now remember, you see how this was the answer down here? That was inside the boxes, right? So where do I put this stuff right here?
In the back.
You gotta put it inside of it. Okay. So remember, we're going backwards now. So I put that like that. Okay. So now what you have to do? You guys remember how we were simplifying fractions earlier?
Yes.
We gotta find a number that divides both these numbers and write it right here.
Question.
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time. You guys are going to try to think of numbers that go right there, okay? Go. Now, I added a couple because I know some of you guys are going to give me different numbers. Can you guys shout out one thing? 6. Okay, I heard 6. I heard 12.
18.
And 18? No, 24 can't be divisible by 18. 4?
2.
Okay, so all 3 of these numbers work. These are all called common factors, but only one of these is the greatest common factor. 12 is your greatest common factor, and so that one's going to be the right answer in the end. So this one's going to be the right answer, but what about these ones? Like, can you still do with those? Kind of. Yeah, but you're going to have to simplify more. You're right. So let's do the 12 first, because we know that one's the greatest. Okay, so if I divide this by 12, that's how I'm going to get this number. So what is 36y divided by 12? 3. Don't forget the y.
Oh, 3y.
What is negative 24 divided by 12?
2.
Negative 2. Okay, so I would write my answer like this. This is how you guys write your answer.
Are we supposed to write that down?
12, and then you'd write 3y minus 12. So it's going 12 times that. This is our answer. Sorry, that should be a 12. I mean, a 2. Okay, so for this one right here, for the 6, this guy. If I divide this by 6, what would you get?
6.
6y. Don't forget the y. And 24 divided by 6? Yes, negative 4. So when I write this answer out, I get 6, and then I multiply it by 6y minus 4. Now, how would you know, and actually I don't want you to tell me, I want you to tell your team, how would you know this answer is not correct if you didn't even know this stuff right here? How would you know this is not correct? Tell your neighbor. If you guys look at the 6 and the 4, you can take another number out of both of those. When I say take out, I mean like divide. I can divide a 2 out of both of these. I would have another 2 out there. Now, what is 6 divided by 2? What's 6 divided by 2?
3.
And what's 4 divided by 2? 2. So don't I eventually get the same thing down here?
Yeah.
2 times 6 is 12, and there's my 3y.
Yeah.
There's my minus 2. Same thing, right? Okay, now I'm going to do the last one really quickly. If I took a 4 out, I'd get 9y, and I would get, what is that, minus 6? So it'd be 4, it'd be 9y, minus 6. Okay, can I take something out of the 9 and the 6?
Yes, 3.
I could take a 3 out. So if I took a 3 out, I would multiply this by 3. I would get a 3 right there and a 2 right there. So I get the same answer eventually, right?
Yeah.
It's just more work if I'm not getting the greatest common factor from the beginning. Okay, so if you're taking notes right now, you actually only need this middle one right here. If you can do that one, then you got it.
I just reached space.